Louie, did you want to say hello to everyone? Say hi! Hi guys, and welcome to DIY with Nadia. Today's wreath is going to be a subscriber requested video. A few of you requested a work from home wreath. So I found this sign on Amazon and it says working from home. Please do not knock or ring doorbell. And I thought we can do a farmhouse, maybe something simple, black and white wreath. And then I thought, we haven't done the No Fray Nadia Method wreath in a while, so that is what we're doing today. We're going to be using 10-inch Deco mesh. We're going to add a beautiful big bow. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's go over the supplies for this wreath. And by the way, all the supplies and where I purchased them are in the description box below. Starting with this beautiful sign, 2 rolls of Deco mesh, a black one, a white one, and both of them are 10 inches by 10 yards. For this wreath, you can either use 2 rolls of 1 Deco mesh or 2 different rolls, and then you can also use some leftover Deco mesh that you have, maybe 3 colors, and combine them like red, white, and blue and make something really pretty, as long as at the end of the day you're going to have enough Deco mesh to cover the wreath. Next, you're going to need 24 pipe cleaners. You might need a few more if you're going to attach the bow with the pipe cleaner or your sign. 2 greenery picks. For the bow, I'm using a 2.5-inch ribbon and 1.5-inch ribbon. Both are wired, a steering wheel cover, and of course a 14-inch metal wreath form. This one is in silver. The tools that I'm going to be using today are a rotary cutter and a pair of scissors. Let's cut our Deco mesh. We're going to be cutting our Deco mesh into 15-inch strips. Each roll is going to give us 24 strips for a total of 48 total strips. To cut our Deco mesh, we're going to measure out 15 inches and start cutting our little strips and then naturally curling it and putting it to the side. Same thing with our white Deco mesh, 15-inch strips and curl. Next, we're going to take our pipe cleaners, fold them in half and cut. Then I'm going to fold them in a little V, just like that. This is going to help us as we're making the little no fray bows. Let's make our little no fray bow. The first thing I'm going to do is wiggle the Deco mesh from the center with my fingers until my Deco mesh is overlapping about 1.5 to maximum of 2 inches. Grab on both sides and I'm going to lay it down. Then I'm going to put my thumb right in the center just because we're working with a long piece of Deco mesh. And starting from the bottom, I'm bringing it all together. Grabbing one of the pipe cleaners, I'm going to put it straight over the bow. This is the smooth side, the side that was against the table. And I'm going to bring it together on the side where we brought both sides together. 2 quick twists. This is the bow from the back and the bow from the front. Let's do another one. Overlap about 1.5 inches. Bring it down, thumb in the center, and let's bring it up. Smooth side, side that we brought it together, that's where I'm twisting. 2 twists, and we have our beautiful bow. Let's make another overlap at about 1.5 inches. Bring it down, thumb in the center, and start at the bottom. Our smooth side and the side where we brought everything together, 2 nice twists, and our bow is ready. All right, my friends, I made all the zero fray bows. Now it's time to attach them to our wreath form. The 14-inch wreath form comes in 6 sections. In each section, we're going to attach 8 bows. If you're using a bigger wreath form, you're just going to need a little bit more Deco mesh and you're going to need a little bit more bows, but per section, 8. You can probably get away with using 7 in a section. That's fine too if you don't have enough Deco mesh, but I'm going to be using 8 and that's going to use up both of our rolls. As far as attaching the bows, you can use row 2 if your sign is on the smaller side, row 3 if you have a bigger sign like we have today. If you feel more comfortable using both of the rows, then just like I'm going to do here, I want my bow to be on row 3. I'm just going to put the center of my pipe cleaner on row 3 and tie it on row 2. And then I'm just going to twist it and fold it down. For a smaller wreath, you're going to turn the bow this way so the center touches row 2. But I want this to be on row 3, so my center is touching row 3. Attach it. Once you get started attaching the bows, it's going to go really, really quickly because 8 per section, and you're just going to twist, 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 and it's going to go really quick. The first section is done, and as you can see, it's fairly full. Don't forget, we're going to have bows on either side of this section, so it's going to bring it together a little bit more. You might have also noticed that I like working with this wreath upside down. That's because it's just easy to attach the bows onto my wreath form when it's upside down. I'm going to continue doing that, attaching my bows 8 per section and going all the way around. The wreath is halfway done. I feel like it took me about 7 minutes to do this, so not bad. And now I gotta finish off the rest of it. The wreath base is done. No fraying. I love that about this wreath. Let's get started on this bow. I'm going to put the dowels in our bow maker, a link to which is in the description box if you're interested. And you can definitely make this bow straight on your mat, but it's just easier using a bow maker. You want to make sure that your ribbon is either single-sided or double-sided. While it looks double-sided to you, this side is a little bit more matte than this side, so I'm going to treat it as a one-sided ribbon. Grab my 2.5-inch ribbon, overlay the 1.5-inch ribbon right on top, just because it's going to be easier to work with it. First, we're going to measure out the tail, and I want this tail to be a little longer. We can always cut it off. My bow maker is at 6.5 inches on the edge, another 2 inches, and I'm going to put it in. I'm going to twist right away because I want to make sure that our ribbon is right side up. All the bow makers have measurements where the dowels go in. I'm going to go to 5 inches, and I'm going to put my hand right there, and there you go. I have a beautiful loop. I'm going to put it in, and now I'm going to twist once again. That way it's going the other way. Move the tail out of the way. Find my 5 inches. Put the ribbon in and twist. Now that I know the length of my loops, I'm going to make 4 more, and it's going to make it into a 6-loop bow. I'm on my 6th loop, and I'm just going to cut off the tails. Same thing, I'm going to go about 2 inches off of the end. Taking my bow from my bow maker, I am grabbing a zip tie, and I'm going to zip tie in the center. Cut off the tail, going to make dovetails. Grabbing another pipe cleaner, I'm going to wrap it around the bow, tie it in the back, maybe 2 times, and this bow is ready to go on our wreath. And now it's time to add on all the goodies. This sign has 4 holes in the corners to attach. I'm going to raise it from the bottom just a little bit, so when I attach at these bottom corners, we can hide the wire in the back. I'm using black floral wire, and all I'm going to do is twist it in the back twice. I attach my floral wire, lay my sign out how I want it to be. Let's flip. I'm attaching the floral wires to rows 2 and 3, and I'm going to give it 1 twist. Let's do this side. I did my top one first, making sure it's centered. Now it's time to attach my bottom ones. And same thing, I'm going to attach them to rows 2 and 3. I'm really happy the way the sign is on, so I'm going to go back and just tighten the rest of the floral wire and then cut off the excess. My sign is attached. Next, I'm going to grab my greenery pieces and 2 pipe cleaners, and I'm going to wrap the pipe cleaner around the leaves. Just make sure you kind of make your way around so that you catch everything. I'm not going to attach yet, but I am going to bend just a little bit right here. I'm going to put the greenery to the side and attach the bow at the top, twisting the bow in place. Now let's open up our little loops on the bow. This is going to be pretty, my friends. Now you can just play around with the loops until it looks pretty. And now we decide where we want our greenery. I want the greenery to be an extension of the bow a little bit. So I'm going to put greenery right here. And I'm just attaching with my pipe cleaner straight to row 2 and 3, twisting them in. I usually don't poof all the way to the end, but I had to do it in this instance because I needed the bow to be open to see where I wanted my greenery to go. Because a bow looks so different when it's flattened and when it's opened up. And now greenery for this side. And obviously this is an addition that you don't have to add, but I wanted to add to this particular wreath. Now I'm going to flip the wreath again. Yes, it's going to flatten the bow, but we kind of have no choice there. Grabbing a piece of jute cord, I'm attaching it to the wreath form itself. Make a few knots. And here I'm going to pull from the front so we can hang the wreath. Now I'm going to grab the steering wheel cover and stretch it because here's the steering wheel cover and we have a 14-inch wreath form. So do stretch quite a bit. To put it on, I just like to hook it on, hold it in place with one hand while I'm using the other hand to put on the rest of the steering wheel cover. Just like that. Now letting go right here and we're all covered. Make sure that all the edges are in nicely. You have all the pipe cleaners and wires, everything covered. It looks kind of cute. And we have this area right here that's empty. That's fine because the steering wheel covers just what we need covered. Now I'm going back, poofing out my bow, making sure the tails are nicely laid out, and we are done with this lovely working from home wreath. What did you think of the wreath, Louie? You loved it. I loved it too. And I hope you did also. If you are new to this channel, enjoyed this video, and would love to see more wreath tutorials, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course hit the bell button so you are notified every time a video comes out. And don't forget, holidays are coming and a lot of beautiful wreaths are going to be also coming. If you're in the mood to watch more wreath tutorials right now, I attached 2 videos for you right there. Did you show them, Louie? Go ahead and click on the one that catches your eye, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye, my sweet friends. Mwah!